I think that's pretty decent. That's basically what I expected of my iPhone as well. And 72 hours, that's pushing it, but you'll basically have to have it in your pocket all the time, and don't use the screen. Basically just sitting waiting for a call. Then you could push 72 hours out of it, I suppose. Right, so that's syncing. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the market, the Google App Store. The problem with, well, not much of a problem in that regard, but Apple really is the best at this. The App Store is, as a user experience, it cannot compete with Android because it's a lot better. So yeah, Android can't compete with the iPhone, I should say. But basically, yeah, I mean, on the iPhone you have all the free apps, you have paid apps, everything. The problem with the Google market, however, is if you're not in United States or maybe Canada, well, if you're in Europe, then you cannot access paid apps. You can only access free apps. But there's also a problem with the Legend and the Desire and Nexus 1, and basically every phone that runs Android 2.1 cannot access all applications in the market. Now the problem is twofold. One, some applications are simply invisible, even though they are free. You could download them through other means and install them on your phone, and then they might work. That brings us to problem number 2, and that is that some applications that are invisible, also, if you download them, you install them, and either you cannot install them, or when you start them, they will crash. So there's actually some serious problems there, which they have to sort out. It's been going on for a month, apparently, and affects all phones running the newest Android. So they basically screwed that one up, major fuck up, and a lot of people are not pleased with it. But I suppose they'll fix it in time. So App Store market, definitely iPhone is the winner. But that said, there are plenty of applications in the market, and which are available for the Legend as of right now. So you probably won't be missing much. It's just a few specific applications which you might read about, and then you can't download them. Right. And that brings us basically to the final thing, and that's the overall experience, where, well, as I said before, Apple is king in user experience. But if you're a geek, if you're a nerd, if you're the kind of guy or girl that runs Linux on your computer, then you're gonna like having an Android phone. If you are running OS X and just loving it, and basically the iPhone is probably best. But if you enjoy tweaking stuff and having lots of options, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of options when it comes to Android phones. You have menus after settings, and you can do whatever you want, basically. And there's a lot of opportunities and possibilities, but also it means that you have to learn a bit about that. So yeah, if you don't want to learn, if you just want to pick up a phone and start using it, you can use the default apps and everything. It'll work fine. You probably won't miss a thing if you're not interested in that anyway. But if you're interested in tweaking stuff, you know, endlessly changing your home screen and whatnot, then you'll love running the Android. And so overall, I'd like to say that speed, the HTC Legend feels a lot snappier than the iPhone 3G overall. But again, a fair comparison would be to the iPhone 3GS. I know that, but hey, this is what I've got. And HTC Legend does feel snappier, except for those rare instances where it has to check the SD card or the database or whatever it does in those cases the first time. And yeah, I mean, it has this app resume, which means you can do whatever you want. Let's do a, for instance, what am I thinking here? Yeah, let's write a message, just ba-da-ba-da-ba. And yeah, and it also has haptic feedback, so it will vibrate when you push a key. That's pretty nice. You have some text, you can see. I press home. Let's go out, play some music. Yeah, play. And why not log into Google Talk, which will run in the background, so you will be online all the time, unless you tell it to log offline, of course. So here you have some statuses. Excellent. Just click like that. And let's go back to messaging, and you can see still there. When the messaging wasn't running in the background, it just saved its state. So sweet. You can go down here. You see the music app is here in the application manager. You can press that, jump to that. Pretty great. And so, I mean, Android has Apple recently announced that the next version of the Apple OS would run the iPhone OS, will have the ability to run applications in the background, just like the Android has had all the time. But as I recall, there's no mention of widgets or anything like that, and they don't have the app resume function, which lets applications save their state. So overall, Android clear feature winner, but experience, I have to award the prize to the iPhone because it has an unrivaled user experience. But if you're a geek, you're gonna love running Android phones. Right, I think that's it. Thank you. Hope this was any helpful if you're considering buying an Android phone or an iPhone, or perhaps thinking about getting a new iPhone or upgrading or whatever. Well, have a good evening, and thank you for watching.